Knicks go. He is the one to catch the 4-horse under Joel Rosario. A star-studded lineup. They've won 35 of their 70 combined starts. Let's go upstairs to John Embriao for the Whitney.
And they're off in the Whitney. A bobble at the start for number 1 by my standards, and he trails the field. Knicks go and Swiss Skydiver. The two of them go out for the early lead going into the clubhouse turn. Swiss Skydiver on the inside and Knicks go on the outside, and now Knicks go goes on with it to take the lead from the Philly Swiss Skydiver, who's running in second. Maxfield is next on the outside in third. Silver State down at the rail, and by my standards trails the field in fifth. Knicks go opens up here. Knicks go in front by 5 through a quarter in 23 and 2. The champion Philly Swiss Skydiver races in second. And then down at the rail it is Silver State. Right alongside is Maxfield. And by my standards, the long shot in the field is the trailer. They're racing up the backstretch. Knicks go has the lead here by almost a half dozen lengths. Ran the opening half mile in 46 and 3. Swiss Skydiver runs in second. Met mile winner Silver State is down at the rail in third. Maxfield in the clear on the outside in fourth. And by my standards, Knicks go takes the field around the far turn. The lead is 2.5 lengths. Swiss Skydiver is in second. Maxfield, Silver State, the two of them are right together. And by my standards is the trailer. 3/4 up in 1:10 and 1 as they come for the quarter pole. It is Knicks go challenged here by Swiss Skydiver. Then Maxfield, Silver State is down at the rail. The field is at the 3/16 pole. It is Knicks go, Silver State at the rail. Maxfield looks to split horses. Then the Philly Swiss Skydiver, now 1/8 of a mile to the finish, and it is Knicks go out in the middle of the track and holding on to the lead here. It's Knicks go with a wire-to-wire victory in the 94th running of the Grade 1 Whitney. Maxfield was second, and Silver State finished third. The mile and a furlong, 1 minute, 47 and 3/5 seconds.
Knicks go devastating with his speed, opens up a big lead. He is now 6 for 6 around 2 turns for trainer Brad Cox.
Yeah, I mean, he got what he wanted out of the gate, Gary. He maybe had to clear Swiss Skydiver a little bit, and she was a bit of a thorn in Maxfield's side, causing Maxfield to be very wide coming out of the turn. That's Maxfield all the way outside. Swiss Skydiver with the shadow roll. But for Knicks go, who took over a lot of the track at different parts of the race, it's his track to take. There's nobody around him. He can do whatever he wants, and he's doing it pretty damn quick.
Yeah, he was, and I'm going to tell you something else. 1.25 miles with what I just saw here right now, and pulling away from these horses actually again at the end. He's just steady with that speed. He just keeps clicking off the same fractions, and he's able to widen coming off of the turn. I'm not so sure that he won't get 1.25 miles.
Won the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile last year, but the way he's able to free roll on the front end.
And he gets it free. It's winning you're in. This race was.
So classic, a question to be asked to Brad Cox here with this horse.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be asked. But he's not afraid either, Brad Cox isn't. He'll take them all on.
What a performance. Knicks go, Maxfield, Silver State, they're 1, 2, 3. The Philly checks in fourth, and we were talking about by my standards on the rail, the one horse on the inside, another bad beginning.
Yeah, and the second jump, you see him acting up ever so slightly there. He's getting all of his weight back behind. Second jump, that left leg buckles underneath him, and that cost Gabe Saya some valuable time of getting him balanced again. So he's costing himself 2-3 lengths every start of his last few races.
Knicks go, your Whitney winner. Let's go to Maggie.
Yeah, and Joel Rosario taking a second Whitney aboard another gray horse, frosted in 2016. And today with Knicks go, Joel, we saw the Philly Swiss Skydiver and Arad Ortiz kind of go out of the gate. What did you think when you saw that happening?
I mean, you know, he's fast. Let's see what happened going to the first swing and then take it from there. But, you know, and I was just in front of her, you know, the lane, and then I decided to just keep going forward.
And two, you're a horse that, he's a horse that you've told me, he just loves running around turns. When he gets to a turn, he actually accelerates.
Yes, that's what he does. I mean, he loves it, you know, he just, you know, he loves what he does up there going into the turn, and I mean, very good horse.
Joel, I was standing at the wire, and yes, they were coming to you as you were in the middle of the racetrack, but once you hit the turn, you were in front again by 10 lengths. I mean, this is a horse who has unbelievable stamina and speed.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he just get up there. He loves, you know, doing that, and then, you know, he just seem really happy, you know, when he do that.
Seems happy with you too as you guys get another Grade 1 victory. Congratulations, Joel here in the Whitney.
Thank you, Maggie. Appreciate it.
All right, Joel Rosario aboard Knicks Go, letting him do what he does best, freewheel on the front end. And guys, this is a horse that, as Gary was mentioning, I do think watching that performance and watching the way he galloped out, he shouldn't have a problem with a 1.25 miles.
And the last time I checked, the Breeders' Cup Classic, guys, was 2 turns.
And the last time I checked, that was in November. So we're going to bask in the glory of his performance today, Jonathan. He was too fast for these horses early and too fast for him late.
Yeah, look, we were talking about it offset. This is a horse player's best friend, right? A horse that runs like this, goes out on the front end and just lays it down. You don't got to worry about trips and what's going to happen. Are they going to duel? No one can run with this horse. In the 2 turns, I used to say it wasn't a big deal. It's a big deal. This horse accelerates on the turn. Going into that first turn, he opened up. He loves running the turns. If he was a track athlete, he'd probably run the 200.
Yeah, I'm not a big believer in that stuff, but I'm going to respect it with this particular horse. I want to give a little love to the filly, Swiss Skydiver. She was massively behind the 8 ball. Not supposed to run here, big boys. At least she took on Knicks Go, and I think she ran much better than her 4th place finish suggests, and she's going to be dangerous next time she runs.
I can tell you right now, there's not a filly that wants to see her. Latruska, maybe. But I wouldn't want to see her in the person
Yeah,
Winston.
I know she ran 4th, but you shouldn't be disappointed, Greg. I thought she ran very well.
I don't think anyone was disappointed with what she did. That was her first start since mid-April as well. Tough spot to come back in. Brad Cox and Knicks Go. What a performance. 4th Grade 1 for this horse.
4th Grade 1 for Knicks Ghost. And really coming to the Brad Cox barn has become a better horse, a different horse than Knicks Go was before that.
When you have a horse, Gary, that has this kind of ability in the front end, I mean, how much confidence does that give you?
Gives you a lot. I'll tell you who he reminds me of a lot is a horse named In Excess, who I won this race on years ago. He would have been favored for the Breeders' Cup Classic and probably been Horse of the Year. And he's a horse he could run from 1 mile to 1.25 miles and had this same style, just a high cruising speed. And then he would sprint, coming, and he, like Jonathan said, he'd love to run the turns, and then he'd find another gear coming off the turn and open up sort of an insurmountable lead. That's who he reminds me of.
He is sensational and a true specialist. His 2 losses around 1 turn since he's gone to Brad Cox. Otherwise, he's 5 for 5. 4th Grade 1 of his career. Knicks Go, your Whitney winner in a stellar field. Still to come, we're going to East Rutherford, New Jersey, and harness racing's most famous event, American